Hi, I'm Tanya. Welcome to the Midnight Creek. All right, everyone, imagine this. You're walking along a bustling historic street, maybe grabbing a coffee, completely oblivious that just a few feet beneath your shoes, there's an entire world frozen in time. A world steeped in history, darkness, and a whole lot of spectral activity. If you like our content, please subscribe.
Oh, you're talking about Edinburgh, aren't you? Specifically, Mary King's Close. I've heard whispers about that place. It's like a secret city, right beneath the Royal Mile?
Exactly. It's not just whispers, Mark. It screams. Or at least the kind of stories that make you want to scream. I'm honestly a little bit terrified and fascinated by it all.
Terrified and fascinated is probably the perfect way to describe Mary King's Close. For anyone who hasn't been, or hasn't even heard of it, it's this incredibly preserved network of streets and homes that date back to the 17th century. A snapshot of Edinburgh's past, but with a seriously eerie vibe.
Yeah, it really is. It was once a fully functioning, incredibly busy street. Think homes, shops, taverns, all stacked up to 7 stories high, named after a merchant, Mary King. People of all classes lived shoulder to shoulder in these really cramped conditions.
Cramped is an understatement, I imagine. When you look at old etchings of Edinburgh, it just looks so densely packed. But what happened? How did it end up under the city?
That's the fascinating part, and also where some of the grimness starts to creep in. In the 1700s, parts of the close were actually demolished, but then built over. So entire sections were sealed up, preserved in darkness, essentially becoming the foundations for the new city above. Imagine just abandoning a street and building on top of it.
It's a strange kind of urban archaeology, isn't it? But what they preserved wasn't exactly a golden age. Life down there was brutal. No proper sanitation, so you can imagine what the streets were like. Disease was just rampant.
Oh, absolutely. And that brings us to the really dark chapter. When the plague hit Edinburgh in 1645, Mary King's Close, with its overcrowded, unsanitary conditions, became an absolute hotbed for infection. It was ground zero for tragedy.
Right, the plague. That's always tied into the stories, isn't it? I remember hearing that residents were often quarantined inside their homes. I mean, imagine that, just sealed in.
And many died right where they lived. That grim reality, the sheer suffering and desperation, is what really fuels a lot of the haunting legends there today. It's not just a sad history, it's a history that left an imprint.
An imprint indeed. It's widely considered one of the most haunted locations in the entire UK, and when you go down there, you really feel it. It's not just a museum, it feels like the air itself holds the past.
Yeah, I've heard some wild reports. Ghostly footsteps when no one's there, whispers in empty rooms, sudden cold spots that just appear, and shadowy figures darting through the corridors. It's not just one or two isolated incidents, it's a constant stream of them.
I heard about some unexplained voices and tapping sounds being recorded during paranormal investigations, like actual audio evidence. That's a different level of spooky.
But the one that always gets me, the most well-known spirit, is Annie, the young girl who supposedly died during the plague. People say they can feel her presence in this one specific small room deep inside the close.
Oh, Annie, that's the one where visitors leave toys and gifts for her, right? It's a really touching gesture, this collective belief that she's still there, still looking for comfort. It almost makes the hauntings feel less terrifying and more poignant.
It does, doesn't it? It adds a layer of empathy to the horror. You're not just scared, you're also feeling for this lost child. But then you have the darker legends, like the one about infected residents being sealed inside the close during the plague and just left to die.
That's a brutal thought. I mean, historians debate whether that actually happened, but the story itself is so chilling that it's become central to its eerie reputation. It's the kind of story that just sticks with you.
And it makes sense, doesn't it? In times of extreme crisis, people did extreme things. Whether it's true or not, the fear of that happening would have been real, and that fear can definitely linger, like an emotional echo.
Totally. And then there are other tales. The murder house, where a brutal killing supposedly took place. Sightings of a man appearing and vanishing suddenly. Objects moving or being thrown with no explanation. It's not just one type of haunting, it's a whole medley of paranormal activity.
It makes you wonder if these streets were so densely packed with life and then so abruptly cut off and covered, what kind of energy does that leave behind? It's like a pressure cooker of lingering emotions.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe in residual energy, then a place like Mary King's Close must be absolutely saturated with it. All that pain, all that life, all that sudden death, trapped beneath the cobblestones.
I can only imagine what it must feel like to be down there. The air would feel heavy, wouldn't it? And the sounds, a city above still going on, but then your own footsteps echoing in this silent, buried world. It's very disorienting.
It truly is. You walk through these narrow lanes and you see the original doors, the windows, the hearths. You're literally walking through someone's home from centuries ago. It's not just a historical site, it's a time capsule that also happens to be a paranormal hotspot.
And the fact that it's just there, beneath a modern, vibrant city, is such a stark contrast. Above ground, life continues, tourism thrives, but below, it's almost as if time stopped for some.
It makes you think about how many layers of history we're actually walking on, especially in ancient cities like Edinburgh. What else is buried just out of sight, waiting to be rediscovered, or, just waiting to make itself known?
Like Annie, still there, looking for comfort. It really puts a human face on these ghost stories, which is what makes them so compelling, I think. It's not just a spooky tale, it's a tragic one.
And it gives you a real appreciation for how much life has changed. We complain about traffic or slow internet, but imagine living in a place with no sanitation, rampant disease, and the constant threat of plague. It gives you perspective, even through the lens of a ghost story.
It absolutely does. It's a chilling reminder of the fragility of life back then and how quickly everything could be taken away, and how sometimes those who were taken never truly leave.
So if anyone is ever in Edinburgh, I guess a visit to Mary King's Close is a must-do, not just for the scares, but for the history. It's a powerful experience.
Definitely. Just remember to bring a toy for Annie, maybe, just in case, and perhaps a flashlight, and maybe a change of underwear if you're easily spooked.
Good advice, Sarah. It's certainly a place that stays with you long after you've emerged back into the modern world. It really makes you question what we truly understand about life and what comes after.
It's a powerful experience, an unsettling journey into the past, and it leaves you with that undeniable feeling that beneath the streets of Edinburgh, the past isn't buried, it's waiting. Until next time, stay curious and stay afraid.